Welcome to 12 Days of Craftmas presented by the studio. In this video series, we will be sharing DIY crafts that you can create in the studio to brighten your holiday season. Today's craft is this festive magic reindeer food pouch. To create this project, we are going to be using our Cricut Maker. To go along with our Cricut Maker, we will be using Cricut Design Space to make our design. The first step is to add our text. First, we will be using the text tool. Once you select the text tool, you can click anywhere on the grid to apply the text box. Next, you can select your font option. Now that I've chosen my font, I'm going to copy and paste it 2 more times, one for each word that will be on the pouch. Next, I'm going to highlight all 3 words and make sure that they are aligned by using the Align tool. After that, I need to change the colors to match the colors of the vinyl that I will be using. So for Magic and Food, I will be using green vinyl, so I'm changing that to green, and Reindeer will be red. Next, I'd like to add some snowflakes and maybe a little reindeer as well, so I'm going over to the Images tab and searching for snowflakes. I'm filtering for all of the free images and selecting the one that I wish to use. Now I just need to resize them and place them to where I want them to be. Next, I am adding a reindeer to the top, selecting all the words and the images and resizing them to fit on the pouch. Now my design is finished, so we can send it over to the Cricut. To send the design to the Cricut, you will press Make. And because we are using heat transfer vinyl, we want to make sure all of our designs are mirrored. Next, I am connecting my laptop to the Cricut through Bluetooth. Now I need to select my material. We are going to be using heat transfer iron-on vinyl. I'm using the non-Cricut iron-on vinyl because the vinyl that I'm using is not the Cricut brand. You are able to use any brand of heat transfer vinyl on the Cricut. Now that I have finished adjusting all of my settings, it is time to place the vinyl onto the Cricut's cutting mat. These mats are sticky and will hold the vinyl in place. When using heat transfer iron-on vinyl, you need to put the vinyl shiny side down. This ensures that when you heat press it onto your surface, it does not transfer backwards. Next, we are going to load the mat into the Cricut. And press go. Now we just need to wait for the Cricut to finish cutting out our words. Now that the Cricut has cut out the design, we need to weed out the excess vinyl. I'm going to be using our weeding tool to do this. For this step, you need to take off any excess vinyl that you do not want on your finished project. So I am taking off all of the excess vinyl and leaving the snowflakes on the clear backing. I am going to repeat these steps for all of the colors of my vinyl until I have cut out each piece for my final design. Now that I have weeded all of the pieces, it is time to heat press them onto the pouch. First, I'm starting with my reindeer so that I have a good starting point to base the rest of the words off of. The clear backing of the heat transfer vinyl is sticky, so when you press it onto your surface, it sticks. However, you can adjust it a few times if needed before pressing it. After I have aligned everything where I want it to be, I take it over to our heat press and press it at about 305 degrees for 10 seconds. Then I just peel off that clear backing and you are left with your design heat transferred onto your pouch. I I'm going to repeat these steps until all pieces of the design are heat transferred onto the pouch. Now that I've peeled off all of that clear backing, we are left with our finished project. If you would like to do a similar project or the same project in the studio, please call or go online to make an appointment. We do have heat transfer vinyl available for purchase in the studio. It is 50 cents per vertical inch. However, if you have a specific color or need a large amount of vinyl, we ask that you please bring your own, as we have a limited supply here in the studio. We hope you enjoyed this episode of 12 Days of Craftmas, and please stay tuned for the next one.